I've accidentally queued up for ranked, so we're gonna go with the tried and true right now. But we'll try it out. We'll see what kind of limits we can press here. Going in this, basically we're looking at two different rune choices: Cosmic Insight and Ingenious Hunter. 10 item haste versus 20, which scales. This right here, the 20 item haste up to a potential 50, which is kind of insane. This is getting rid of a 1/3 of the cooldowns of any spell, any item effect that you've got. So we're talking about Unending Despair, we're talking about Titanic Hydra, your Trinket, Sundered Sky. You know, there's a lot of items with short cooldowns now that are meant for prolonged fighting, and Heartsteel. There's a good chance that some of these are just completely busted in the new system. So we're gonna test it out. We're gonna take as many of them as possible. This first game, like I said, I queued up ranked, so we're gonna stick with what we know is good, and then we're going to move over to some other bits. As far as Shen goes, Revitalize, just slightly better over time, most cases, but in the cases where we're trying to carry, Overgrowth has a much higher cap because of all the scaling that we're getting from our items, like Titanic Hydra, like Unending Despair, like Heartsteel. Although Heartsteel is, I believe, affecting based on your bonus health from items, so I don't know that it's affecting Overgrowth as much. Let's see, we've got a Teemo. Teemo's a pretty classic case where we can do better in the lane with Revitalize. We can go here. We can also get much more power out of this. Cosmic Insight is just generally good, but we can have some all-in power like this. Ingenious Hunter. And try to kick some Teemo butt. No, let's go with Teleport. We know this is strong. Cosmic Insight also good for having the access to the Teleport. They've got way too many AD carries here, so might even go for something like a Frozen Heart, even despite not getting any mana from it. We just want to turn off their attack speed in general. Oh, look at this guy. He outranks me. Oh, 2.2 million points. Wow, we got some people on their mains here. Hecarim with 2 million points, Teemo and Kindred. Heck, Teemo, Kindred. 3 million mastery. Alright, it is a Teemo, and generally we would want to go here, but we do want to limit test. Man, I wish this were a Norms game. If it were a Norms game, I'd be going Ruby Crystal with Potion, and I would just be trying to get the all-in at level 1. I should have gone further against Teemo. There's some places I can fight him. He does have Ignite. He brought Press the Attack and Ignite, so a little bit harder to play this one out. Might just wait for the jungler and scale out. Kind of boring. I definitely want to limit test. I regret this choice. I want to go on Norms. Norms and just press buttons. Early rush on the Ruby Crystal and just try to farm out that straight, like, push out Titanic Hydra. I don't know, maybe it's even Sword, but I think Ruby Crystal just deals more. But there's just so much room for innovation. Let's see if I can get him to get the push here. Just let him attack me once. There we go. Alright, so that brings my minions to him. Now he's guaranteed to have the push. There we go. He's got the push. Now I could go and just try to hit him back, but basically I get what I want out of this lane state. I could be going up and getting some of these CS as well. Ideally, I don't want to take any more damage. We do have Second Wind Revitalize going off, so Revitalize is working the whole time. He's about to hit 2. We'll just take this. That's the last one we'll get. Now he can go rightfully push me up. None of these minions should die. No, I missed a caster. That's what I get. Oh, a second caster? No, I missed 2. That's so bad. That's so bad. Alright, but we should be good from here on in. I should be saving that for the shield. We're just going to put this out so he can't proc his pressy attack on me. We're just going to preserve and wait for the Master E. We do want to hit level 3 though. And if he hits me while I have my shield going, it's no big deal, right? Because I'm ticking up as the shield's going off. But ultimately right here I've taken way too much damage. Clever girl. I should actually be saving that W for when he actually tries to hit me though, you know? Should have prepped that one. A lot of things we can be doing better here. And the fact that I missed those 2 casters means he's 4 and I'm not. So this is the part of the wave where I'm supposed to be better. I'm blinded. I'm dead here. I'm dead. That was a worthless flash. All in. Minions showing up is really bad. Blind's coming too. This is just so pathetically bad. What's up, Medusa? What's up, Marcus? How you doing? I think I got close as I'll ever be to being in the LEC, but the coach I was talking to got fired. That feels so bad. Alright, hopefully this guy's just going to overstay here a little bit. And if he overstays, he's going to, like, what he should be doing is spending his lead. Right now, he has a gold lead. He has a wave that's coming back to him. He should never, ever be sitting here. And what it's allowing me to do now is I'm going to be able to hold this pressure. Is close, just out of range. Props to him for staying right at that edge of range. Now I'm taking damage when I shouldn't be. I could have let him go a little bit further. This wave is coming in. I gotta focus on just doing my best. That's so unlucky, dude. Let's work, man. Let's get together. Let's make it to the point where they can't ignore you. Let's do this. Alright, I'm strong enough with all these minions now that I can just fight this guy, even with this guy here. Now we're gonna get our shield back up. We dodge a couple Qs. Shield's coming back up. Grasp. Alright, we fought him pretty well. We got the 1 kill and we got that. No big deal. You know you can play better than Cabochard? Yeah, you know, but that's not the only thing. Like, the difference between a pro and an amateur, there's so many things, including the communication, right? Like, what can you do is part of it. The mechanical skill and the execution is definitely part of the equation. You need to be able to do the things that they ask you to do, but then there's the whole element of actually getting together and doing it, you know? Like, for example, I can tell you everything that there is about this game, and if there's something that I'm missing, I know where to find it. But as far as executing it, that's a lot harder. Like, this guy's made so many mistakes, but I mean, part of it is me typing. Oh boy. Shield. Couldn't get the points out. This is a really bad spot for me in the wave. What's up, Emmanuel from YouTube? Quick question. I only want to play tanks, mainly weak side champions. Will your macro improve only playing mean? Yeah, absolutely. And it forces you to make difficult decisions about where to be and how to be. Like, the big thing about playing tanks is that you need to be willing to lean into your strength, right? So one item, you're basically done. Like, that's the end of your existence as a side laner. You can go to side lanes and clean up waves. You're basically going to have to learn what is a push, what is a slow push, what is a crash. And once you have that together, you'll be able to identify in which situations do you need to stay in a lane, in which situations do you need to get to a lane, and which situations do you need to just hard shove and reset, right? Like, and you want to be able to get in and out of those spots as quickly as possible. This is a kill for Vayne, kill against Vayne. I get an assist and I don't have to leave lane. That's actually best case. Even slightly better would be as if I got canceled there and I still get the shield and the Xerath lives. But staying in lane is not so bad here. Now, I don't have any resistances and he has Sork Shoes, so I can't be pressing up at all right now. I basically have to rely on the strength of the shields and taking up, right? We're just going to let Second Wind revitalize, do all the work here. Unfortunately, yeah, anytime I come up, like all these things are just absolutely not worth it. And this is the worst case possible for me. I need to use this shield to just stay alive. That's a mistake to even go up there. In part, in lower ELOs, like all the way through middle ELO, you can kind of test people whether or not they'll do it. This guy's clearly showing that he's willing and able to punish in those spots, so I need to play with much more respect. This tough game, I think we might have to skip. I never want to skip this item. I just never do. It's too important. We also have this right here, 2 out of 5 stacks. We did get that stack on the Vayne, which will be a tough one to get later. So that will count for something. But yeah, fully answering that question, it's you need to know your side lane macro. It's not just about, like, when you're the Fiora, you need to know how hard you can push and when to push. When you're the tank, you need to know how far you need to go, how far they would like to go, and be able to answer the kind of pressure that they're putting out without ever presenting a target, right? Because if you're, let's say you're Ornn against that Fiora, I have to play safe now because my W's down. Teemo probably just recalled. Yeah. But now that my W's down, I can't stay up because he can proc the press the attack too easily. And this is kind of the state of things. When you're the Ornn into the Fiora, you need to know how far out can you go before she can just run you down and kill you. Need to not die here. We'll provide us a lending hand here. He's blinded. Yeah, get the heals off. There you go. Good. I actually want to leave this lane here because this guy does not have teleport. So I'm just going to go shop. He put a ward in here. I want this wave to come back to me. It's not much gold, but I just need to take every ounce that I can get here. We don't have a ward. Do we have a ward? No wards. Wards. I probably could have just teleported here and maybe come to that fight, but... Hopefully that answered the question. I know I cut short a couple of times. This was my mistake for queuing up ranked. I want to be able to be a norm so I can talk to you guys a little bit more. Slow push when objective is up, crash or reset. Yeah, that's pretty close. That's about right. Alright, maybe I can do this with minions nearby. I don't think so. I really wish I could limit test more here. Alright, this is a good idea of where we're at. Obviously, we were going to be weaker, and hitting the shroom didn't help things. Without the shroom, we might actually been within like 200 HP on that trade, which is not awful. We can ask Master Yi to come back up for this. Slow push when objective is up, crash for reset, bounce back so you don't get frozen on. I mean, getting frozen on is totally okay in the mid to end game, right? When things are coming up, if they want to spend their time freezing, great. Because the resources in a lane are infinitely more valuable in the early game than they are later. You know, I'm just gonna start wandering over here. I can't really be in this lane anyway, so I might as well just ult my way or come over here and then look for other places, opportunities to come back in. Jin's safe. Get one. Finish this guy off. Could have played that better. We actually got moved around in the fight. I'm gonna hold this area. We did lose 2, unfortunately, but we can take this time to like reclaim the turf while Teemo's not here. I should have just passed straight over here. We knew that dragon was coming. That kept him out of the bush, so we should be able to get this. I do want Yi to collect this as soon as he gets his red. It's smart of him to get his red before he goes. Fire swaps a lot. Yeah, I've been getting that. Got him. Alright, cut her flash. That slow is going to be enough. I'm going to stay here. Teemo's so strong, he's got his Snatcher's Tooth that there's really no value in me trying to do anything else right now. Now I'll go answer. And really, this is going to give him a weak spot on the map. Like, they're going to be super strong for this Herald and everything, but at least it's a Teemo, right? Like, Teemo's super gankable. He's going to be in a long lane. Yeah, he's got his speed, and he's got his upgraded boots, but now with this Turcon, now I can freeze waves, like, way down here. A little bit harder with the Tiamat, but we're going in now. Okay, I dig it. Let's get this down so we know if there's any. Anybody trying to come in, and then we'll use this for the other one. And now this wave's untouchable for Teemo. Alright, so what do you say? How do I deal with clients like that? Well, everyone's going to be completely unique. And is Fire around? Is he watching? Largely, it comes down to their desire. They have to choose whether or not that's what they want. If they want to be a pro gamer, for example, they need to pick their role. They need to say, what are they going to do? Because there's too much in the game. There's too much to know in the game, and you can't know it all. No assist. That's okay though. It limited the guy's options, and the wave's still building here. So they need to make that decision that, hey, this is what I want. And once you decide, hey, this is what I want, and you know how to go get it, then you go. But when people are still stuck in this, oh, I didn't catch him with the Q. That's too bad. I wanted to catch him with the X backside of that. They need to decide that, yeah, this is what I'm going to dedicate myself to. This is what I want to do. And if that's what they want to be, if they want to have fun being a variety player, then they can have fun being a variety player. That's flash and ignite. Unfortunately, they got in here. This is the downside to leaving someone up in your side of the map, right? If they actually claim this for themselves, which normally people aren't very good at doing at this rank, but they are certainly taking advantage of it, in part because Jhin and Xerath are still in the bot lane. So now they're both going to die for their transgressions. We're going to lose this. I actually want to lose this now. Pre 18 minutes, I'm totally okay losing this. I actually want them to kill it. Because getting supers over here means that we wouldn't even have to monitor this lane. We could give free farm. But it's dicey. It's like a super convoluted thing. The fact that this spawned means that Teemo might be sitting right out there. It's my job to die for my team here. Whether or not it's a good or bad play, I don't know. Got him. 3-man, beautiful. Beautiful. Sometimes you just go to make space for everybody else, you know? So if that's what they want to be, then that's what they want to be, right? There's not much going against that, or you know, you wouldn't even want to battle that, right? It's not something that you want to force on someone. And if that's where they want to be, where they just want to be a fairly casual player, that's fine. Like, power to them. All right, this guy's right here. Got him. That thing, Void Grubs are betraying him right there. You see that? All right, there's the Ingenious Hunter working with the Titanic. You see this? Only a 6-second cooldown. We'll keep on scaling. What do we have left? We've got 5 out of 5, so we've got all of our stacks on this. And we're going to see how good it can be in a fight. We're going to get the real feel on these things. I should have ulted. I wasn't even looking. I was thinking about what I was going to say next. That guy should die. Pass through on the Q to get the slow. Flash away from Lux Q. I don't know that if it was actually going to hit me or not. We have to leave. Teemo's here. That's the end of that. We have this wave pushing up, and we were losing, so we absolutely want to crash this the rest of the way in. I'm also going to be on alert for kind of finding other shrooms while we're here, while we're at it. So we're going to look at Sheen procs, we're going to look at Sundered Sky, we're going to look at, so Iceborne Gauntlet's going to be a big thing, especially against this team, all range, right? All range and a speed demon. This is literally the perfect time to test how good Iceborne Gauntlet's going to be, where we get multiple Sheen procs. We're going to be careful of the shrooms right here they may have left behind a while ago. Teemo being dead plus Vayne being dead means that there's really no one that's going to show up here. They only have the teleport on Lux. And she may not want to show up here. Maybe she does. Maybe she sees me as a juicy target. That's going to be it for us. Ingenious Hunter all day long. Yeah, we want to go into... Next round, we're going to go into normals, and we're going to play Hail of Blades and Cosmic Insight. So we're going to like take it to the maximum here. Heartsteel, I'm convinced from yesterday's testing, is complete garbage. Even though it's Shen's like actual perfect item. I auto attack, I scale on health, I want to be in fights for a long time. Everything about it suggests it being a fantastic item for him, but it just takes too long and it doesn't contribute to the fight. Like, it doesn't actually have the utility that other things done. It's just a stat stick. It might be fine into like tanks where you're going to free farm anyways. I'm actually going to leave this stack here. I could farm this up. Actually, you know what? It's Kindred support. He's got no intent of showing up to any of these. Oh. Damn. I should have just teleported. I tried to get greedy with my activation. You know what? I can sell the Dorans to get this item. Nice. Big spells. Good job. And we get an assist there. That's so good. And we get that. And we do this. I just missed that point blank. That's why you guys tune in here for missing point blank ease that can't be missed. The fattest target in the entire game, and I still found a way to miss it. Alright, I've got this, but I don't have that. We'll find a way to get out of this game, despite demonstrable shortcomings. Alright, look how clean this sheen is, dude. This sheen is coming up like almost faster than I can use it. Hey, I didn't see this one. Sorry, my man. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. They know. Like, look how fast this sheen is up, dude. That's so quick. Teemo's trying to get deeper on our territory here. I need to be ready to watch him. Although I might just die here. This is for the team, and then I'm going to recall, bring this way back in. Alright, is it Sundered Sky time? Probably not. I think it's Unending Despair time. I think we just give. Kind of awkward. Yeah, we just have to give. It's totally fine to give. He flashed in. Oh my gosh. And now he just got himself hit by the Q, so it's absolutely awkward time for me to go. Oh, he could have stayed in so much longer. It's just never worth to die for one of those things. This is dragon number 2, guys. It does not matter. Let it go. The ingenious numbers are 20 plus 6 per stack, so you can have up to 50, which is 1/3. So 1/3 of your cooldowns coming back.
An enemy has been slain.
Should limit test this. I think I'm good. No, not with that fear though. Nope, we're still good. Rushed it. I'm looking. I see 3 people on the map. I think I'm okay to be here. We do still have a Baron buff for 5 more seconds. I'm going to use the recall timer to get back. So yeah, between the Cosmic Insight is 10, the Ingenious Hunter is 50, so 1/3. So this right here, if you look up right now, the Spellblade cooldown, can I look at it? 1.5 seconds, down from 2, right? Or it's at 1. It should be, let's see. 1. Yeah, okay. It's tough to say because it's not doing the decimals, but it should be from 1.5 down to 1. Titanic, the cleaves, let's see, a 10-second active. Let's see if we can get an active on this. Again, this is kind of griefing to do this in the middle of the game, but 7. Yeah, so exactly. It's going down by 1/3. And so these items just procking and procking and procking, right? Sundered Sky is going to be another one. Especially these tank itemizations are just so strong right now. And Shen himself is also very strong. So the fact that you're going to have access to all these things wave after wave, you're good. You're good. Stay there. I could have ulted. I wanted to save it because we have a ton of pressure here. 4 people are up in top lane. It's a good time for me to push. Whole team can go up. I've got resources to farm on the way out. Vayne. Want some? Show. Oh, she condemned. Well played, Vayne. Titanic says 10 when I hover it, yeah. So the active is not actively, it's not actively updating as the game goes, even when I press shift right here. So that's going to give me my detailed numbers. So 10's going down to 7, 6.7, 6.68 or something. Let's see, 50, it should be exactly 1/3. This is going from 1.5 to 1. The unending despair is going to be instead of every 7 seconds, it should be faster. Although I'm not positive on this one, and it's one that I want to make sure that I crunch out. We need 100 more gold. How you doing, Gio? I'm just gonna, did I just E sideways? I want to climb up through the jungle, use these to reclaim this area from Teemo. There's my 100 gold. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop my control. I'm going to go and recall. I'm not going to use this blast cone because it's better for us than it is for them. Put this back in the pit. I think we just teleport back in here. Just gonna teleport to this wave here. Might be a little bit too aggressive. If they're overcommitting though, for me, that's fantastic. Stay in a little bit longer, my man. Rooted. I shouldn't have dashed on him. I actually had my W cooldown coming up, so I could have baited out an auto attack. This would be like the insanely type play if you're playing in the top 0.1%. Wait for the auto attack to be in the air, then you can dash with W coming towards you with the pull from the Q, and that's gonna get that thing following you as you're going. But that's insanely hard to pull off. Who says Shen has no mechanics? It's a tiny thing. All right, cannot see whether or not this is going off every 7 seconds. If you guys see it though, let me know. All right, what else did we want? Sky, Sundered Sky. Now this is not the great game for it, right? They're all damage. I should be just tank. So since it's ranked, I'm gonna go more into the try to win category. What do I actually want here? Maybe it's Thornmail. I mean, Thornmail is insane against this team. Oh, we got him. Beautiful. They didn't have the E. Okay. I'm coming. This is really tough. You absolutely want to get out of here. I should have gotten him earlier. Master Yi's still looking? No, that was kind of bizarre. I should have stayed with my team. I got a little bit overeager. Not a good fight. Not a good fight at all. Can you guys see what is this ticking at? This guy's calling for starting it. Like, you can see how little vision. We want prio in both lanes. We want this to be slow pushing. We want this to crash. We want vision in both of these spots. And if you watch pro games, one of the teams that's doing this really well right now that you should study is BLG. BLG, so we actually did the game. You should definitely watch it on the YouTube channel. It's titled, I got 19 coaching tips out of this game. It's BLG. They are on the warpath. They are super focused. They did make a couple mistakes, but they are super dialed in. Actually, you know what? Maybe I don't want this. missed the vein, huh? Maybe peeling on vein, much more important. Wish we had a Master Yi here, though, for that cleanup. That's too bad. Maybe we could have defended further out. I'll go look. Let me put on the YouTube stream. The YouTube stream. Let's go find it. Let's see if it's in combat. What did it say? 7 seconds is supposed to be, right? Unending despair. All right, so it's about to proc. It's about to proc. We're in combat. There you go. All right, yeah, so 7 going down to, like, it looks like 6.1 or something. That seems kind of short. It should be a 2-second mitigation. Okay, so it's almost immediately going down. It's also not showing decimals, which is weird. I feel like it's only showing decimals here. Okay, so it's, yeah, it's under 5 seconds. That's about right. It's, what did it say, 7.5 normally on Unending Despair? So they all work. Let me just double check on Unending. I feel bad that I punted that game, like the limit testing. Every 7 seconds. So this should be going down by 2.33. So if it shows 4.7, would it show me 7 or would it show 4? It should show 4 right away. So I'm not sure that it was working as intended here. Either way, it's within like a half second, but something worth noting. Emmanuel, I mean, only maining weak side champions that will come in right time playing many games. Also, I main Ornn. Will maining Ornn improve my weak side playstyle? Yeah, Ornn is fantastic for weak side in general, and Ornn's a fantastic champion to main to fill that role. In general, let me see if I can pull it up here. Go pro today, no thanks. How do I close this? Okay. So when you're playing weak side, right, and you're talking about where the minions are, you're basically trying to always go into battle of where cannons are, how many cannons are. If a wave doesn't have cannons, then it's no big deal. This has got the cannons arrive on it. I think things are grayed out. Let me see if I can change this. They've completely changed the interface here. Reveal this. Okay. Looks like they've completely reset everything. That should be a little bit more clear, but this text is still not great. I know, I'm sorry. Let's see, color. There we go. Okay, so these things are relatively true. Now this right here, cannons arriving, you want to know these timers. You want to know that they start at 2:30 and they come every third waves until 15. At 15, they start coming every minute on the odds, or I should say on the half minutes. And then at 25, they start spawning every wave. So it's important to know that when you look at a wave, if it's slow pushing now, and it's past 15 minutes, you know that the next wave will have a cannon. So you always want to be playing around that. When you're going in, you're basically counting how many cannons can I stack. If you're approaching a wave that has the minion in it already, that means you're a full minute away from your next cannon, which means that you're probably not going to be able to generate this into any amount of meaningful structure unless it has a whole long lane to go to. Right, so if it can go and really crash in, you see a cannon right here, cannon versus cannon. This is an ideal time to just go and you kill the casters and you walk away, right? And you kill the casters, walk away. There's a cannon in this wave. Your wave will slowly build. The next waves will reinforce at the same spot with no cannon. Again, you'll have a cannon and a 3 minion lead. Now you'll start building up. Next wave will crash here with other cannons, but now you're talking about 2 cannons versus none, 9 casters versus 3. with about 3 or 4 melees left. Now this wave starts becoming a huge problem that they, over the next 90 seconds, they're going to have to figure out what the solution is, right? So when you create a slow push here, even if you have turret, if there's a turret here, you can't really do it, right? You creating the slow push isn't going to do anything. Conversely, if it's on the minute, let's say it's 16 minutes and the wave is here, you know that your next wave is a cannon. So going here and taking out 2 casters and then letting this show up is a perfect time for you to go rotate over to your fight. And basically, you want to spend as much time with your team as possible. Lean into your strength. You are a tank. You are a big body. You are a presence that allows your team to infiltrate areas at timers like 14 minutes for Herald, like 15 or plus wherever the dragon's going to be. And you want to lean into those strengths as much as possible. If you can create a big threat, great. The more important thing is just to make sure that they aren't doing it to you. So if Fiora comes in and she's got no cannon, let's see who I've got here. Someone who's not a big split pushing presence. All right, Orianna. And then we'll do another one with, I have to find someone else. Renekton's another like weak side. I mean, he can play kind of weak side. Then this is largely for the macro 15 minutes plus. Pre 15 minutes, you're going to do your own thing based on surviving and just kind of playing lane states and wave states to try to get that like comfy zone for yourself. Let's say it's Kennen. Orianna's job is different from Kennen's in this spot, right? When you're coming over, Kennen has a lot more split pushing threat, ranged auto attack, fast, has better reset, better scaling on his attacks in general, and can get away. Orianna has no safety tools, so especially if there's no turret down here, she's basically only ever going to come to this wave after it's coming into her area. Then she'll come clear it and reset and come back to her team. This is basically what mid laners should do and kind of stay out of vision as much as possible. If it's someone like Kennen who wants to get more of a flank, he's okay pushing it a little bit further and looking for a sort of flank position. If you're someone like a Renekton, same thing. Let me see if I can find, let's just use, I'm using Silas, but let's pretend that this is Fiora. Fiora, on the other hand, wants to take in, she can go in with or without cannons. She'd like to have 2 cannons going up to the wave because 2 cannons is the difference between absolutely taking a turret down and not. And so whenever you see the potential for 2 turrets to, or 2 cannons to build into a wave, it is a must address. You have to ping your team back, you have to come on over, you have to reset the wave, and always, always, always set it up for a slow push out. All right, it's clearing it is fine, and when in doubt, clear it out is a totally fine mantra to use. Like if you can't figure out exactly what the lane dynamics are, clear it out, totally fine. Clear it, reset, come back with your team. At least it will take them time. Also, honestly, below challenger, people don't really know how to do this. Even in pros, they don't often get this right. So this is something that even in the top 1% of 1%, that's how few people know this actual strategy of really knowing how many minions it takes, what HP bars. Also, I have a quiz for you. Do you know what dynamic in the game changes how... Sorry, what are the 2 dynamics in the game that affect how strong your minions are? .369 on weak side play and pro play is good. Watch and yeah, 369, and largely he is capable. He used to be a carry player, if you remember that. He used to play carry for his team, and then they basically weak sided him because everyone else was playing very well. And this is what JDG last year he was on. See if there's like a video we can. It's all just highlights. 369 highlights, okay. Maybe we'll have to do a video on this, actually. The fact that like 369 macro isn't popping up. Nope, definitely don't want that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe we just have to do a video because all we're seeing is like skill capped and and Alois is all about solo queue, it's not about pro play. Yeah, maybe we'll have to look at a video for this. But when you're the tank in the mid game, it's always about these cannons, how much pushing pressure, what do you create, how much latent pressure can you build up in that wave, and then move over to the point where now they have a choice to make, where you rejoin the team and now you're threatening, I can tank Baron, right? I can tank Baron, but this wave is also threatening to push. Are you going to send your mage over to come deal with two casters, right? And if so, how much time does that give your team in this position? Well, suddenly you can have Shen tanking. You know, let's say you've got Lulu Aphelios. This is fairly common. Lulu not as hot anymore, but let's say we've got a fairly generic team. Who else should we put on this team? We need our mid laner. Syndra. Okay. We've got this position. Syndra should be taking, and you know, I need to get the new rift on here too. Syndra should be taking the position right here, basically eyeing up with Lulu. Lulu wants to be in a castable range so she can buff Aphelios. These champions can go and hold the aggro just fine. Shen can also be the one that fronts out because Lee Sin's totally fine at taking this. This is very champion specific. But once you're holding this area, these players want to guard the entrances. You want to make sure that you have a ward right here and a ward right here so I can seize all of their avenues into the lane, right? So if we're going, they're coming this way, you'll know because you have the ward. You're coming this way, you'll know. You'll see this, you'll see this. All of these will be marked by just position here and a ward right here. That's all it takes to see whether or not they're coming in. And if they come in, now you're Shen saying, I'm going to front. Are you willing to walk into tank range? Sorry, this is a school. I got to take it. All right, we're back. And now you have this what I was mentioning is that this is now a tough situation for Orianna, right? What can you do here? Do you stay for these cannons? Do you come back for the fight? Well, this is imminent. Your team's going to lose in this position, so you have to probably come and help your team. But if you're helping your team, now this double, triple stacked wave is going to be crashing in, and there's nothing that you can really do about it, right? If you come over, best case scenario, you're going to use teleport, and then you can say, all right, and this is really talking about pro play macro, I clear this wave and I teleport. Okay, great. We can either engage on the teleport, finish the Baron if we're comfortable and far enough in, or it all happened fast enough that we can just move out and say, okay, we're up at teleport. I'm going to go do this job again, and I'm going to set up the double stacked waves now, and now you're down teleport. And it's gone for 4 minutes. So I really have a window to reset. We can go back. We can create this ideally in both lanes. All right. Ideally, we just go. Syndra goes, and she's going to reset this wave. She doesn't need to try to do anything too complicated. She can go reset the wave. Shen can be here with a lot more presence. All three people are going to go here, although in solo queue, most times your jungler is going to start taking camps because they get bored, but this is a very important time for your Lee Sin to help take like flanking positions, make sure that you guys aren't losing as you're coming out in this spot. Syndra's going to take this, rejoin with her team. You reset this wave. You get prio again. This time, they've burned a teleport. They used a lot of resources to get back into this area. So now you can go and you can actually get deeper wards. You can push up. You can say, all right, I'll handle this ward here, this ward here. Now I can see anything that's trying to come this path, this path. The only thing that's not covered is over here. So now with 1, 2, 3, this triangle of wards, you now see every possible instance of them trying to get in, short of them having like a teleport ward. And this game, which game broke this down? Let me see if I can find it. It was in this one too. I'm fairly certain. Let's see if we can go pick it out. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. They took a winning position and just stepped up. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. No, maybe this can't be it. I think we have another video. But the concept is being ahead, pressing in. All right, they push the wave and they constantly move in. Push, move in, push, move in. Lucian's over here. Nico's already in position. They've left, in this case, they left bot lane completely even. And as long as it's in a stasis, this is fine. Both teams are missing their turret. The wave's just going to bounce off each other. It's going to kind of sit here. To answer the quiz earlier, the two factors that affect how strong your wave are the time in game and the aggregate champion level. If your team's champion level is higher than theirs, your minions are 5% stronger for every level that your team is stronger. And that will cause your team to push. So this right here, we just saw this wave, and we can back it up. This is you would call this a completely neutral wave, right? It hasn't been touched, hasn't been touched, hasn't been touched. But look where it's pushing. It's pushing this way. Now let's look why, right? 12, 9, 12, 12, 12, 13. All right, we have let's see, 14, 14. So we're up 1, up 2. That's 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's about even. Okay. Maybe it must have spawned shortly after, because it's at the moment that they spawn. 13 here. All right, they may have gotten some spikes, but this will happen over the course of time. The wave will get stronger. These guys 13. Yeah, we haven't gotten a spike in a while. The minions will be slightly stronger, and if your team has a level up advantage, it will push. This is both it's a double-edged sword. It's meant to help you end the game faster for waves to be in position. If your team is winning and you win a fight, you're more likely to have a wave in a good spot. Conversely, if you're the team defending, waves will actually kind of just sit there for you a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to freeze, and as long as you don't care about giving up a quadrant, then you're going to be fine to defend it. But 369 is a fantastic resource for sure. If you want to watch how they play that, it's there have been games where BLG did it with Bin, and I think their best games have been with Bin on tanks. I think they're going to have to come to the realization. I think he's going to have to come to the realization that his team is just better. Even though he's a superstar, be a superstar on a tank. Like, that's fine. And I know that he is capable of carrying, but so is Elk, right? So is Knight. Those guys can all work together. That team's going to be on the warpath for pro, and I think one of the ways they can lose it is BLG having a little bit of an ego. Okay. Gonna get clowned by an Aurelia one trick. Yo. All right, we're doing Aurelia Shen. Right. Full limit test earlier, yeah?
Okay. I'll go early game runes.
A demonstration of superior judgment.
I need to find out whether or not maxing item haste can still give me a reasonable page. The two options are Glacial Augment or Hail of Blades. Hail of Blades seems like pretty naturally fantastic on Shen.
Take like sudden impact because they got rid of all the armor.
Maybe I should. I went cheap shot because it works with the Q pass through and the taunt, but maybe it doesn't work. It would have to work on the E. I mean, that's interesting. There's definitely a brawler build. Shen's stats are just so good right now.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So you're bone plating and you went the new unflinching, right?
Yeah.
Unflinching's really good against Shen taunt. 5 gold, I'm winning. Let me BRB and I'm by. Some dignity. That's right.
Minions have spawned.
Did you watch the? I bet you linked it to me, but Aurel King playing Twisted Fate against Aurelia one tricks.
Yeah, he played like Twisted Fate, Ari, Syndra.
Yeah, he just mixed up all the
Ori.
mages, and all he did was he just tapped the wave once.
Yeah, he just fucking beat all of them.
Yeah. even I was surprised about the Masters Aurelia player. That one actually surprised me. My Q didn't cast. I think you would have won it pretty easily right there, but that's a whole nother key shield. Alright, oh shoot, I forgot to shop. Damn it. Alright. Next time I'm gonna shop and you have to stand on my corpse so you can see it, okay? Actually, you know what? You can do it since you have gold. Just die under my turret right now. No, we'll reset, we'll do it again. Just come die under turret and like immediately spend all your gold while you're dead.
But the wave's fucked.
I mean, it's okay. We'll reset. No, you just die. All right, shop.
Whoops. All right, shopped.
You shopped. Okay. All right, so they got rid of it. I can't see it.
I don't think it's ever been a thing.
That
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. I am fairly certain that it was definitely a thing. We'll reset.
Maybe in like season 3.
Yeah, a long time ago. But as long as you had vision of the corpse, you could see people that updated their shops.
Corpses are eye candy, so they don't actually like do anything.
Yeah.
Are we resetting like leaving game?
Yeah. We'll just reset it because I don't know how or why the Q didn't go off either. Also, I think I gave you a free hit. I want it back. How are your meetings?
Boring.
A demonstration of superior judgment.
Manu, I understand slow pushing creates pressure, but in the long term, wouldn't you lose CS also? I mean, pro players slow push while still being able to keep consistent CS per minute. Yeah, so it depends what phase of the game we're talking about. When you're talking about early laning phase, yeah, they're getting every single last hit. But when you're talking about mid to end game macro, where they're actually manipulating waves, that's a different story. And the gold early in the game, the gold and the experience, like this very first minion I kill, is much more valuable than any minion I kill ever after in the game, because the first 7 I kill, right, or even 6, if I kill 4 melees and 2 casters, that'll get me level 2. the experience of those 6 minions, each one was very, very high. Versus
30 seconds until
later in the game, experience from killing a minion and gold from killing a minion, it's like a 30th of a level. You might need 5 waves. You are probably nowhere close to a new item. Whereas early in the game, let's say you're backing off of 3-wave crash and you've got 450 gold. That 450 gold, that's another like ruby crystal. That's 150 health. That's 3 attacks in a fight. And that is tons, right? That's tons of resources early in the game. Later in the game, a ruby crystal versus an 80 carry that's hitting you, it's like maybe that's 1 more hit that they have to get. So as the game goes on, it becomes increasingly less important to get the resources from the wave and more important to get the actual pressure it's delivering. All right, game mode. Yeah, I think you just got me easily. Okay. That was with 4.
You're walking up. You'll
That was
never
with 4
win.
stacks. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just limit testing. I also used a second charge there where I shouldn't have. Because I can get the push at level 1.
No, not with lethal tempo ignite. No shot.
Got you. All right, sorry. By hitting you at the beginning. Let's see, is there ever a way that I can get push?
No.
Just no. Okay.
Don't push fast enough.
Yeah. Who do you seed level 1 to?
Everyone. My champ sucks at level 1.
Except you just said that Shen, who has a strong level 1, can't.
I mean, if I take lethal tempo ignite, like it's.
Oh, all right. Well, would you normally not take these?
No, I wouldn't take it. It doesn't really do much aside
Okay.
from get you prio level 1.
Okay.
Against
All
level 1 lethal tempo ignite, I'd probably give prio to Set, Darius, Trundle, Olaf.
Wukong.
Yeah, Wukong. Many champs. Fiora.
Good dog. Bay. So let's see, that would normally be a clear window. If I were better at CS, then that would be Bomby Cinder. Then we could have a fight. Actually don't need to stack. I'm so used to like trying to take aggro for a moment just so I can have the grasp ready. I need to not use this until you're actually stacked up. Or do you think it's better to use W against you?
It's pretty good against me.
Should I wait till after you're stacking up or early in the fight? I feel like if I use it earlier, you can just QQQ out, stack up, and then come back in on me.
I think once I've like used my resets, then it's pretty good.
Yeah. Right, once you're out of resources, or if I know that I'm gonna get hit by a stun. Well, so all right, so Manuel, this right here is an example of a crash. Didn't do anything. He wants to take this wave, and ideally he wished it would actually like sit out here for one more iteration. Oh, did I get you? I did. And then you want to crash it in with multiple waves coming in so you can get as much time freely to go do what he's doing exactly right now. Go get other resources. You either get your shop off faster, or you can go recall, you can do whatever else it takes. You guys want to see a little trick? If minions are stacked up, just a click next to your turret, because your turret. Did you know this one, Ben? For getting last hits against crowded minion waves. When it's.
Trick? What's the trick?
So minions, like right now, you can't see it because it's on my screen, but minions are sometimes going to stack up. Right now, they're not stacked up at all, so it's very easy for me to click on all of them. But you know how sometimes they do stack up, right? Yeah. When the turret is always going to target the thing closest to it, and it always is based on where this like banner flag post is. So if you attack click right next to the turret, then
because it's like cursor proximity.
Exactly. So attack move based on cursor, you'll always acquire the same target as the turret does.
I just look really closely at the monitor and try and hit it.
Do you ever zoom in? That's the other thing you can do.
Only when I'm trying to hit a ward that's hidden behind Baron.
I was gonna say that's the trick for the Baron ward. Easy. Obviously we need another shop there. You're much stronger there with those items. And that's where the slow push in the wave state comes in. Alright, that's all I wanted to see. You want to do one more where we play... Do you want to play what you would really bring against me trying to play lane dominant?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
They're nerfing lethal tempo next patch pretty heavily for melee, like very heavily.
It's
like
so strong. It's so strong.
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb rune.
They don't really want champions like Darius to be taking it, and even Kayle with lethal tempo. Like if you're going against Grasp, like Shen Grasp versus Kayle lethal tempo, if you just go out there, you feel like Shen should be stronger, right? The non-scaling champion with a shield and the ability to deal empowered autos. Kayle just walks up and starts hitting you, stacking up her fervor and the lethal tempo, and then takes over the fight.
Yeah, I think Kayle will still be strong level 1 though with PTA. It's like basically just as strong.
Do you normally go Doran's? Do you go Blade all the time now?
Yeah, because they buffed the lifesteal.
Yeah, and the lifesteal works for everything. It doesn't work for your on-hit magic damage though, right?
It does.
It does?
Lifesteal, yeah.
The magic damage part?
Yeah.
A demonstration of superior judgment.
If you should have your wave near tower, but it pushes out against Darius, if you're playing tank, should you try and crash it fast or slow push so you don't die to a ghost, for example? Well, sometimes it's okay to realize that situations are kind of scuffed. Best thing is if Darius wants to just freeze and you can go be active somewhere else, then go be active somewhere else. And you can like make a play, for example, on the mites. So like when you're freezing in top lane got so much worse with the introduction of a 5-minute objective, because if you freeze and they roam and they get something for, you know, we'll call it free, you froze, now you're giving them something back. So pushing actually just got a lot stronger in general. Also, just in general, putting more turret pressure down because they put more gold into the side lane turrets, especially the tier 2. Pushing in general got a lot better. But as far as like freezing, if you can keep, you know, if this is a bad matchup for me, let's say, I mean, Shen can hold his own, but Darius is still going to be a problem. If I'm playing against Darius, yeah, I don't want to be here against him. I'd like him to be here. He's kind of gankable. Might be strong in a 2v1. We have to be careful to never fight when we're leveled down, especially the earlier levels. When you try to freeze, if I'm freezing at 3, then every single wave, that player is going to get 4 before I get 4, right? Because they're pushing faster. They're killing the minions first. So even though they're in a more gankable spot and I'm feeling pretty safe here, there's a good chance that you're going to be down. So you really want to know what your level up timers are and making sure that they don't have access to something. You just recall here now.
No, I'm chilling.
But I'm Shen. I have no way to push this. Hey. Hey. Missed 3. Super tilting. You're gonna get me on tilt-a-whirl. Now I want to try to get this wave in like a half step so that the turret starts taking aggro. It would help if I actually got these 4 CS. So that when I do crash, I could actually have a meaningful buy against you. Blades does feel good. I mean, it doesn't have what the green tree has for all the sustain and everything that ends up scaling for Shen anyways, but
It kind of slaps.
the question is whether or not it's worth it, right? Can you gain enough of an advantage to like actually claim items, and if you can claim the items that then get the Ingenious procs? But I don't think that that's going to be the case. Maybe support Shen or like jungle. Alright, so like right here, this is an example. We're at the same wave, but I'm gonna hit 4. I could even start this fight right there. Dicey. I could start that fight and then know that I'm gonna level up with that minion dying, and it's something that it's a risk that he's only gonna be hitting 4 off the next one. You're in the happy spot, according to Alois. And we break it. Can I actually zone you off this? Also, I'm like super gankable here. I can't get my spells off. You crushed it. Alright, what do you do with this wave? Can you get it all the way in?
Shove it. Yeah. Oh, nope, I lied. Wait, I didn't lie.
No, you're good. I mean, there's a lot of mechanical fumbling by me there. Alright, it's not hitting hard enough. I would want it to hit so much harder than this if I wanted to like actually bring it in and consider it to be truly lane dominant more than just going door and shield.
You kind of messed me up with level 1 though.
Yeah, it did, but it wasn't worth the... Well, maybe it was. And frankly, like, I probably could have just walked up and zoned you off of level 1, period.
I kind of underestimated how much damage it does.
Here, can we just fight in the river? No stacks?
I don't think I'll win.
I just want to see. Oh, nice. Do you have an attack speed slow?
Nope.
Oh, it's just my Halo Blade's wearing off. That's what it was. I was like, why am I attacking so much slower? Okay. Just wanted to get a little damage check. With you having Vamp Scepter versus Bomby, you should always win. Alright, next.
Yeah, sure.
Play, do we just do a level 1 all? No, we can't do all in because you would never take that. I'm gonna try to zone you off.
Okay.
You get the unfair amount of information. There were some mechanical misplays there for me. I just want to clean up.
Demonstration of superior judgment.
Because another interesting thing, like comparing Ingenious Hunter versus Treasure Hunter, if I'm gonna play a like lane denial, maybe go for all in, trade level 1, get a kill, the gold from Ingenious Hunter, or from Treasure Hunter, is way more valuable than one stack of Ingenious Hunter.
Yeah, it lets you snowball.
Yeah, and like Ingenious Hunter gives you the 20 flat anyways, so that's where so much of that value lies. This will be the last one where we just go limit test a little bit. I need to not... I don't think I was ever within one attack of you. But certainly, like, the decision to continue a fight versus not continue a fight, it's been that close.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
We'll warm these bad boys up.
Minions have spawned.
Have you ever noticed that you're better or worse dodging in a direction or another direction?
I don't know. Never thought about it.
I am very slow dodging up north and northeast. Especially like if I come with a camera. One of the things that you can do is like move down while you're moving down. You can just click down while your mouse is at the bottom of your screen and just like stay there. You can even just hold your mouse down there and it moves you along, but I said I was going to zone you off level 1. This is minions. This is too much.
Yo, my minion aggro is busted.
Yeah, I just canceled my auto. Okay, yeah, it's not enough to do this. Maybe if I'd seen my level up happening, I mean, I anticipated, I could have gotten my E and maybe tried to taunt auto you before the turret hit. Okay, I'm sated. Do you want more?
I play a different champ for fun.
Okay, what do you want to play?
I've been practicing my Garen.
Ooh. We just want to clean it up, have a nice easy cooldown game after a hard Aurelia button mash.
He's good into a lot of her bad matchups, or he's like playable, and then she's good into a lot of his bad matchups.
Nice.
So like you can pick Garen into Jax. It's like alright into Nasus. I actually like him into Mord and Alawi, even though you don't like kill them. You're just like very stable.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the range matchups that kind of screw Garen over, you can pick Aurelia.
A demonstration of superior judgment.
Wish I got this chroma. Missed it.
Alright, we're going Conqueror.
I'm playing a standard Shen, with the only exception being Ingenious Hunter instead of Ultimate Hunter. It completely changes the way he plays in the mid game when you have or don't have Ultimate Hunter, though. Like all those stacks, it's so easy to just always go to a side lane and not have to worry about a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because you're just like, yeah, I always have it. You have to be much more careful when you have Ingenious. Which has me wondering about going into Inspiration instead. Because there's a lot of things that couldn't go. Cosmic Insight is just very naturally great for him. And then it's got 10 item haste, which is not 20, but it's something. And it's not 50, which is, you know, when things get absurd. But it's not nothing. Get so much value out of that tree. Did you know that your Q duration on Shen? Well, you probably don't know much about Shen. But
I just know when the sword crosses you, he gets like you get slowed.
It's slowed and it's an extra 2% max health damage. So it's 50% attack speed, you get slowed, and an extra 2%. It's like pretty huge. Are you proxying? Oh my god, proxying so effective against Shen. But you're not even. You're just okay. All right, 1v1 god here. And this is this is gonna make things hard to get last hits too once these minions start interfering. Like that. Ow. This is gonna be its own little mini game for me right now. You won the game. All right, I lost 2 CS right there by your little trick, but I am gonna hit too. This is gonna be a problem for you. I think I can just zone you off now completely. It's too bad that your minions will live. Make sure everything goes all the way in. I didn't hold it long enough. Oh, it's the worst. I need to hold that long enough that my cannon actually aggroes on your turret, and then your wave comes bouncing back into me, and then I can get a better recall with just time. That's no good. All right, let's see how we survive here. You're about to hit 4. Did you miss a minion?
I don't think so. Maybe.
No. All right. Huh. I should challenge you there. It's like right here, I could be prepping my waves. With the last hit mechanic. I should have skipped that last minion right there. Do you know the skip a caster trick?
Mm-mm.
So when there's 3 casters under your turret, it's very easy to say like, oh, all right, I want to watch the turret hit it, and then I'll hit it, I'll get the last hit. Well, apart from even prepping, just I did not want to do that. You just skip the last one. You actually just give one up, and you go up and collect the wave, and just pull the wave into a bush, set it, drops its AI, and it starts pushing back into you anyways. It's like when you're freezing and they crash, and they find a way in, but you want to freeze again, then that's the tool you can use.
Oh no.
Alright, so I'll do it right here. So this wave would come in and feed under my turret, but I don't want that, right? So I can just grab the wave. Now you cleared this next one, so it'd be a big process. But if the wave weren't, if my wave were coming in but late, I could take this, hold it. Obviously not right here. If that wave's coming in on the next one on the rebound, like you're taking your shop, for example, I can take it, hold it, pull it over here, then recall, and then come back. But now I've got nothing. What am I doing? All right. Ugh. You want more?
I'm probably gonna dip for a little bit, but GG's.
You crush this one. Did I cost you a plate though? I think I at least got that one little victory.
I think I got them both because it
got 'em.
had like 1 health left. Maybe not, I can't remember. Anyhow, GG's, take it easy, Berto.
Alright, thanks man. Thanks for putting that together. Alright, so the big question, whether or not to try this in fights where people are not prepared, and again, at what levels is this going to work at? If it doesn't work at high levels, then I'm not interested. We still haven't done the full, like, completely try to zone them off at level 1, which is something that champions like Riven, Darius can do. Set, where you just deny them access to the wave completely. Teemo. And I don't think that we're at that status, even though Shen is just very obviously very strong. Look at this plummet. Why is this plummet here? This kind of makes sense. If you get stuck trying to build, you haven't finished your boots, or you finished boots but you don't have Tiamat, or you have Tiamat but you're in a losing matchup, this is where people can snowball on you. But once you scale into the game, you should be in really good shape. Let me see if I can find... Will it let me sort by runes? Ingenious Hunter winning at an exceptional clip. Halo Blade's not doing well at all, so I don't think we're even gonna attempt it. In fact, nothing's doing good but Grasp. Is it just me, or is this win rate lower than I feel like it should be? Could be. Also, do we bring Ignite for this trial? And there's always a world where something like this, which is exceptional for early game trading, could be very good. You'd have the empowered lethal tempo for the second Q. Your second cast of Q. All right, limit testing time. Manuel, did that answer your question earlier? I know I kind of went off on a side. Like, try to get something done is the best case scenario, or you can call someone over if you're in high ELO or in pro. You've got teammates. You can say, "Hey, I need help pushing this out," and they can cover you. And by them covering you, what that does is two things. One, if they do decide to take the fight, if your enemy tries to fight against you, you've got the wave, you've got you, plus you've got a teammate. You should win that every single time. If they don't, if they seed and they back off, let's say they have vision of a Vi in the bush, for example, they back off, that's fine. The important thing is now do something with your jungler. Your jungler came with you to help get that crash. They shadowed you. Now go together to the Void Mites, and you have to use that window. It's the same thing that supports are doing all the time. Support roam timers. Basically, every time that waves crash is a time for a support to go roam. Right? There's no threat. Enemy team's backing off. We've crashed the wave. Nothing for me to do. I haven't been the one shopping. We didn't get kills. Now I want to go do something. I helped my teammate to accomplish. Now they might want a recall, and that might be the same thing that the top laner wants as well. The biggest prize they might take is a recall. And then with that recall, sometimes you can get back into lane, especially if you're able to proxy, if you're playing champions like Riven, but not if you're weak side tanks, where you might be able to come back with a lead, and then with that item lead, you might be able to press an advantage in a meaningful way. Right? So if I take this situation and I'm getting a crash in, and let's say it's my early Ruby Crystal has turned into Bomby Cinder. I get a 4-wave crash, and I find a window to go get Bomby Cinder, like, yeah, 100% I'll do that, and then I can actually just win those fights anyways. All right, we have Twisted Fate or Yone. Twisted Fate's going to be playing very similar to the Teemo, has an auto attack reset. I can use my W to cancel his card effect. It will still hit for splash damage around me, but I think, will it? Should hit for the splash around me. Maybe not, but it will stop the stun. It's one of those things where they actually listened to Expetu about things that are going wrong with Shen, and I don't know that they addressed the block effect. So some things that were happening that felt inconsistent were like Fiora could proc vitals and get grass procs off, even though you're blocking, and these things are supposed to be working on, not on attack, but on hit. Right? And as long as something's functioning on hit, it shouldn't be working through block. So I guess we'll have a window to test that. This is what I was talking about before, this window right here. See how long the buff lasts? It's about 8 seconds, or it is 8 seconds. And this cools down in 7. So if you ever play Jungle Shen, what you want to do is Q once, let it cool down, because you want to get your key shield back up. Then you want to Q again. So the first one's going to be at 114, then you Q at 123. And that gives you the stacks that you can actually get hits off with your proc with a shield on, and then you can reactivate your Q with a new shield and hitting for those extra 3. Or sorry, I should say you start with the shield that way because you did the extra one before, and then you come back. All right, this guy's going to let me go after him. That probably just had to be the end of it. That was an overstep for sure. And now I'm taking all this extra hits, which I obviously don't want to do. As long as he's hitting me with yellow cards, like, while the window's there, nope, press the attack. Yeah, this is just awful. I hate it. I don't want to have to force into this strategy anyways, and it's not particularly good until after I get taunt. And maybe that's a window, right? Maybe it's passive. It's just I don't like where my mind's at with no Dorans. So I could go taunt for engage, or I can go W for stopping. Lee Sin's clearing bot to top, so I just want to preserve as much HP as possible. Yeah, so there it is, right? Like that red card, that's a spell effect. The spell is being blocked. It's not supposed to hit, but it is clearly hitting. The slow's going off, and I do believe that the red damage splashed. Slow pushing in mid game, yeah, but again, it's the quality of the CS matters, right? Mid game, yeah, it still matters a lot. End game, it matters so much less. Yeah, we can't even kill him through this. He did hit 4 there anyways. So we're getting a bit weaker. This can feel really bad while we keep on limit testing this. We're just going to lose by a lot, but that's okay, because the objective here is to see what's possible, and it's okay to take a loss, and this is why you do it in Norms games, where there's no pressure. So, yeah, slow pushing in the mid game. If you're going to hit spikes, then it's important to continue to get those minions, right? If you're, let's say you're 300 gold away from Sundered Sky, then it's much more important to get those off, right? Because you want to stay long enough to have the Sundered Sky so that you're that much more effective. Or let's say you have 1400 gold that you just haven't spent. That's not a great time to be roaming anyways, because you have unspent money in your inventory. You're much weaker than your position kind of betrays. This guy's gonna have to play afraid of my window. I don't mind this hit at all, although we have a Jax here, so now I do kind of mind. I walked into range of this. Yeah, no good, no good. I need my cooldowns ready for that. Maybe I can survive by going into the alcove, but I wanted my minions to be punching back. Definitely the wrong way to just play that this way. Now we're going... Are we really doing this? Are we trying to, like, bail out our teammates? Alright, I'm gonna try to bail out my teammates from a limit test that clearly went very poorly. We're just gonna go to shove, rinse, repeat. Try to get out of this with mitigating losses, since we see that this is basically never a strategy that we're gonna want to do. The Ruby Crystal definitely works, but it can't just be like an all-in like this. Happy Valentine's Day. Kawaii. Best Valentine's Day name ever, yeah. Alright, so Jax recently cleared all this. Lee Sin wants to dive. I am totally down. Okay, that... Alright, so it blocked the damage that time? He doesn't want it?
Enemy has been slain.
Big worth.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been
There's a optimization I could have made there. Do you know what it is? For recalling in the face of your enemy. Hashtag strat chat. 710 will be the call out. If you're on YouTube, use that hashtag, right? 7:10. We'll know that we're all talking about the same spot. What's the optimization there for recalling and just in general? Well, something you should basically always get done. Alright, there's a little auto attack flash, by the way. We know that his flash is up, so you never want to flash and then auto, especially with an unempowered auto attack. because they can just flash away. If they flash faster than the windup of your attack, they will get away.
An enemy has been slain.
By auto attacking with flash, then you will go up, you will immediately hit, right? Whereas when you flash and then try to get your auto attack, then you may not get that window off. We're gonna see how our late game damage does. Alright, we want to get Lucid Boots before we use our ultimate here, if we can. Oh, that guy's in. They're all dead. Very important that you get the Lucid Boots before you do this, by the way. Shrinks this cooldown by a lot. Or the teleport. And this by a little bit. If you have teleport to get there, whatever mechanism you're using to get to the lane. Do this for the shield. Doesn't actually block dragon attacks, because dragon attacks are spells. This is an interesting thing. I'm taking the dragon and Lee Sin's covering top. Obviously, we'd like that the other way around. I main Draven, so I would have turned and fought him. Yep. I mean, that's how it is sometimes, right? So anyways, the recall thing, anytime that you have a shield that you can cast on yourself, you basically always want to cast that. Or if you have Twisted Fate, for example, just turn on your cards. If you're Twitch, cast Q before B. Things like this that make your recall slightly better. You're a little bit more threatening. Here's an example of a slow push right here. This is actually going to turn into a crash on its own. Can't really stop it. He's going to be fighting to like deconstruct this wave anyways. Okay, that had no effect. Confirmed. Now I can use my presence over here, right? He's going to be stuck working with this wave anyways, is what I was getting at. And while he's working on it, not much that he can do about contesting here, right? Like, he's stuck. Like, yeah, you can say, hey, look, I've accomplished a freeze, but what have I actually accomplished, right? Right now, it needs to be about leaving here. Let them take the aggro here. I'm actually pretty tanky. They have vision in this bush. Actually, going in the bush didn't really accomplish anything. But now you force Twisted Fate into an awkward spot where, yes, they can leave and the wave will continue pushing, or they try to hold the freeze and their teammates will be like, hey, look, you didn't come. This is the danger of freezing now in an environment where void might exist. The invisible Twitch, yeah, exactly, right? So Twitch, it's QB, right? So you press QB, you start the cast time on the invisibility, and then you start recalling while you finish turning invisible. For Twisted Fate, it's more of a, let me have cards ready, already spinning, so that if you do decide to come contest me in any way, shape, or form, I'm already one of the steps away from hitting you. As Shen, if you want to take a recall, if anytime they deal damage to shields, it doesn't actually stop your recall. Also, we already mentioned that the Q duration on the auto attack buffer is 8 seconds, which is exactly the same as your... Oh, that hurt. That guy hurts. But that's Blade of the Rune King, folks. So if I have my key barrier, for example, right here, I'm going to go Q and then B. And this shield, as it resolves to me, it comes here. Then if they hit the shield, it doesn't stop my recall. If they commit and they want to fight, I already have empowered auto attacks, and my Q cooldown is going to be coming up anyway. So it's just a slight improvement over the course of everything that you can do. I definitely missed a window to ult there. Streamer diff, just talking. You don't need to dodge. This is a Jin shooting with lethality. Like, Lethality is how you're going to get any shots that deal any amount of damage early, but you don't need to dodge them when you're at full health. Wanted to get a good Loban test. Obviously, no reduction right here, only the one cloth armor, not enough to stop Blade of the Rune King. And health is going to basically do nothing against a Blade of the Rune King type build. Thornmail, Bramble Vest is the sort of build that's most effective against this in general. And it's totally a fine item to have against this roster anyways. Let him get the last hit. Does he want to dive it? I don't think he wants to actually dive it. This is the other thing you can do. Help someone out, but in general, that's a much longer cooldown. This guy can only see you, by the way, if he passes all the way here. That's a lucky card. No? Burn? Yes. Coming after me. Oh, you're taunted just in time for the turret to take aggro, my friend. Best possible timing is full health when they're committing with some kind of resource that they can't take back. Now we're kind of split in between builds right here, which is obviously no good. This is for the lane. This will turn into a farming item. This is fine whenever you're not going Titanic. Titanic tends to just be best, and I probably just want that. Balmy Cinder is just a complete mistake against ADTF. I should have stayed out of range so that my burn wouldn't trigger it. Alright, they get first break, but none of the local gold that goes with it. I played Corki the other day and popped off 4-0. Nice. Yeah, Corki's in a nice spot. Did you do the Malignance build for him? Feels so good with a champion that converts 80% of his damage to magic anyways. The fact that you're getting that much shred is a big deal. Yeah, you don't want to hit that. Alright, so here's an example of a stack. I can stay nearby. Twisted Fate needs to worry about what actually might be in this bush. I have to run. Key barrier. It's not enough. Take it. Don't wait for him to get his card school down.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy rampage.
Bard is rampaging. 405. Dude, this tank Bard build is taking over. Frozen Heart, Canic Rooker, and you just walk around with impunity. And you just take the Bloodsong empowered auto attacks because he has decent enough values. So that slow push with a jungler nearby, you see that the proximal effect, I can threaten Twisted Fate, and he has to make a decision. If he's stronger than me by a lot, then he can take that fight and win that fight, right? But if it's not by a lot, if he takes that fight, we just lose. And I could have kited towards the Lee Sin instead of away from the bush. Like, that's something I can do better. But in this situation, like, I'm totally fine to just take this wave, bouncing around a little bit. I'm saving up for my ult. If I do think that I'm going to ult, then I will go push. So right now, my team's looking to make aggressive plays. So I'm going to start taking these out to make sure that they don't have any more pushing threat here. Turn this into a push for my own team. And now I'm more ready. Now I'm a little bit late. They might have held back because they saw a big wave there, right? It's tough to say, like, what did I deny? What was the opportunity cost of me waiting at all there? Now Twisted Fate's with the team, so I could actually do two things right here. I could hold this wave, pull it back to myself, and just cause them to funnel this entire wave of experience towards us anyways. Or I can start my slow push. This is going to be the better one. As I hit 11, we can start pushing out. My team wants to be more aggressive. Right now, there's nothing really to gain. So if this were a pro game, we'd be saying, hey, there's nothing left to do. Let me just cancel. It's too late. If it's a pro game, we'd be saying, all right, like, let's chill for a little bit and, like, not get anything. But in the case right here where Herald's coming up, the team probably wants to make some sort of play saying, hey, like, Herald's coming up. Like, we want Prio up in the top lane. We don't want to just be sitting there where they have the wave pushed all the way in on our side, where they know what's happening before we do.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Twisted Fate ult is down. Bard ult was down. Jhin ult might be back up. I'm in trouble, but doesn't matter. Four people over here. We get freedom on the map. It's not great, but they spent way too much to get that for a kill that's not even worth anything. I probably should have given them a chance if they all wanted to do it. Don't recommend this component style. It's fine, like, especially Spectre's Cal is one of the better things you can get. Bomby Cinder is one of the better things you can, like Bramble Vest. Each of these individually is one of the, like, better elements you can get in those spots, but in general, you just want to be rushing towards your completed items because these aren't going to offer nearly enough. 17 seconds on blue buff. Just going to grab it because no one else is. Actually fine on us too. We'll go for this. Give the speed to the Vlad. Go all in. That guy's burning. Crushed. Might just be one of those games. I definitely... I'll apologize. Bard is unstoppable right now. Yeah, so like right there, that's a blocked attack that's still hitting through the shield. That doesn't make sense, right? Like attacks, maybe actually attack. Yeah, it says on hit, so attacks apply on hit. Your first basic attack against a champion. So that's actually proccing on attack. I got you, minion. I can beat you. Tried to block one attack there. It's a very difficult thing to do. Probably should have just come over here and given them the attack speed boost. Or the move speed boost, sorry. Let's see. We should actually buy items that work with our build, right? We tried to make this build. We should probably try to use it. It's another thing that feels bad about kind of going halfway. We're not getting any good information on like whether or not we can come back from a spot like this with items like Sundered Sky. Baron's up. They're in our jungle. I want to clear this out. I want to start resuming with my team. I never cast my Q. I definitely pressed my Q. Nothing happened. I don't know. Is it just me? Have you guys been getting server lag? Because I'm either going super slow and I shouldn't be... definitely shouldn't be playing ranked right now. This is not ranked. But am I just going super slow? Might be. I definitely feel like I'm playing in my bottom 5%.
Shut down.
This guy's enormous.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Alright, let's see if we can find a way to split our way out of this. We would love to have Titanic. Maybe it's actually worth bailing on the bombies here. But it's all dive-in fight. Like, we'd like to be able to dive. Bomby, like, the Sunfire should be okay. I don't want to, like, grief my build. I'm already losing by so much. It would feel pretty awful to, like, start over on new items. Alright, let's see some rotational spots. He should have seen that the blue went on me, and he should be willing to fight me now. Tank that, we're good. Step number 1. He got the kill? Wow. Alright, so good question. Right here, if you're competitive, you're trying to win, what's the best macro play for Shen? What would you do?
Enemy double kill.
I can't answer the push. I couldn't have gotten to the fight in time. My ult's down. There's nothing I can do. I'm particularly weak. This is a situation where I actually just overpushed to this wave. Ideally for me, post 26 minutes, I should actually be stacking this wave, trying to take down as much of this... the backline of their next wave as possible, because that's what deals the most damage to my wave.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
And then trying to get it stacked up so that I can get real pressure. Now I did put pressure here, which forced Yone here. Means Yone's not with his team. Yone, I don't know if he has teleport right now. Probably should or could know about that, but I don't. But just the idea of putting pressure onto that side of the map, if it draws resources, great. And since I can't do anything else, also great, right? Definitely not going to just int trying to defend the base in a spot where we can't get it. There's no way the Bard actually goes through here, right? It's Bard flash down. Now our calculations are going to be a little bit off right here as far as like what's a viable slow push and not, because of how big the level leads are, right? We've got 15, 15, 14, right? Compared to just the solos, they're up a level across the board. They've got 3 levels on their support. If we kill the Bard, things will level out a lot. But basically that means that my only real option... Wow. There's a lot of damage in that window. That was never gonna work. I'm gonna watch that back because I want to see what the procs are, which ones are working there. Actually, seeing with everyone on their team being this jacked with auto attacks, it's probably just a better time for me to be maxing W. Bard, you're mine. I use everything on you. I want to kill you. It is my singular objective to kill this Bard. Yes! And a taunt. Walk him into turret. Oh, I didn't taunt the Jax long enough. That sucks. I'm not sure that I even ever had him. Nope. Small victories. What's up, Koenig? How you doing? Is there an objective thought? Also, applying pressure can also stall for time. Can you retype that? I think I'm missing it. Is there an objective thought? Also, applying pressure can also stall for time and get your team to catch up from behind. Oh, so in general, yeah. And we used to meme on this a little bit, but buying 5 seconds was the meme. And you'll see, especially in Norm's games, you're going to see this a lot. Low ELO, you're going to see people that are 28-3 that lose. And it's all about that one death and what causes it and what moves people around in those windows. All right, hold on for a moment while I look. I'll try to find this Twisted Fates interaction up in top lane. Okay, so here he is in the bush. Okay, so this is all pre. Let's go. There's a hotkey for this, but I'm not sure what it is. That's interesting. Normally the left key applies 5 seconds back, but because we're in quarter time, it's not actually going 5 seconds back. Yeah, it's only going 1.25 seconds back. That's interesting. That's a good thing. You can use comma to go back frame by frame. Okay, blocked. I'd like to see the spell effects. So something's going on there, right? But what's actually hitting? This is what we're seeing visually. This must be Terminus. So is it actually shredding our stats, and does it matter? All right, we're probably just going to go back into game, watch the replay file. I mean, slow pushing when the Yone was there. All right, so you're talking about actually staying there with the Yone there? Yeah, if you're completely worthless, right, in a game like this, right, and this is Bausen Law, he's normally doing it in a controlled state during lane state, so I don't want to call it the same thing. But dying, pushing in that spot, and asking the enemy team to come down here, especially if Baron's up, is completely fine. But the idea that I might just lose to Yone 1v1, and that's not fine, right? Like, actually taking that fight, not something I want to stick around for. If I'm in a better spot, then maybe I can control something like this. But in that situation, I mean, I'll go back and look at it from this point of view. All right, let's see. 165. This guy's got Terminus, Blade of the Rune King, stat effects. All right, so we're going to see down here 165. Okay, 165. This is Terminus is going. First one stacks up his own resistances. Although it seemingly didn't work here. So he just hit. Light attacks grant 5 armor and magic resist. He definitely did not get that. He also didn't shred mine. So what's going on here? Because it's a spell card, so Terminus is actually just not working properly here. Or maybe maybe there's an animation, maybe this drawing effect. 7947, still nothing. Okay, so there's a hit, but that's right on hit with the next one. So that one should be hitting 8452. Okay, now this is with Rage Blade going off, so the Rage Blade's proccing with the other elements. Okay. Let's bring it back. Yeah, it alternates. The question is how it's functioning with Rage Blade and what's happening first. Because this first hit, it doesn't seem like it did anything with the card proc. Okay, so 7947, they are applying on hit. Like the moment it hits is when it's applying. So like right here, I haven't lost anything and he hasn't gained anything. So it's actually just not working with pick a card. Then we start getting the Rage Blade effects, where it's going to give the doubled effect. 8957, 99, 9467, 99. So he's actually got the full 25 right now. And my stats should be gone by 30. Why am I still at 165 armor? Or is it just that it gives pen? It's not actually reducing anything? Oh, it just grants armor penetration. Got you. Okay, let's back it up a little bit again then. Maybe that's where the first hit's coming in. I was thinking that it's just reducing my armor, but it's not doing that. It's just giving them armor pen. So I do think if we press C, we should be able to see that, right? Armor pen. Okay, there it is. So let's look at this first hit. It hit. Okay, yeah, it's not doing anything. So that first hit with Twisted Fate's actually bugged. Or at least it's bugged on this one occasion. This is what looked weird. You can see it building up. 1818 goes all the way up to 30. So now he's fully stacked. Does he keep this long enough through his channel? He should, right? No, there it goes. It's down again. So it's just enough time if you run away from them. So if they're stacking and they're channeling, you can run away and buy enough time here. But it still builds up enough time for Blade of the Rune King. And he has vision in here because his ultimate Destiny's still going off. It's the, 8, 12, 16 seconds or whatever. 6, 8, 10. The duration of sight. So even when he goes over here, even though we go in the bush, this is how he keeps vision. Yeah, projectile looks weird, but definitely the pick a card was interrupting it. The pick a card was the only amplifier going on at that moment, which makes me wonder if something like Silver Bolts on Vayne is also interrupting it. I didn't actually see the 4th auto attack where he's got the stacked deck passive going off. See if we can find it. There's stack deck. Okay. I can't actually look at his stats from here. That's not useful. That's actually, it's interesting to see. No, the W was blocking, but his first hit, so The slow effect from red card was still hitting. The damage was not. It did one time at the beginning and then didn't the next time. So things are clearly still kind of buggy AF with Shen W. But then that time he had pick a card out. He throws yellow card, and that first attack should be giving him a bonus, and it didn't. So that first hit, instead, it did the yellow card effective stun. It also did the slow of the Blade of the Rune King on the attack, but it didn't give the Terminus bonus. Kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing. What did, let's see. Expetu lists Shen bugs for dev. Yeah, so like stuff like that, like this should absolutely be blocking the pushback, right? You shouldn't be getting spell effects from those spots. Yeah, I think things are weird. It was one of the things that Petu was boycotting for the champion. In part, the other things were just it's generically weak, and it's fine that it's weak because it was strong for a very long time. But you know, things like this, they just need to clean up all of these interactions. Like, there's no reason. This says on hit, push them back. It doesn't say on attack. Things that say on attack that give you your own bonus should work. But he basically had this conversation, and Riot, when this player did the boycott, he's saying like, Shen mains everywhere, let's boycott the champion, don't play it for a month straight, and let's show him. I wonder if we can actually get that to show up here. I don't know that this is going to show back long enough, but maybe if we can go back to 1324 Shen pick rate, I think this is where he gave it back, but down 2.4, I think. All right, this is where he called the ban. So I think it was shortly after. So that's about right. The 1120s make sense. Or patch 1320 something. So pick rate is way down here. 2.4. No, this is just going to be current. Even if I do the patch for the results, it's still going to be here. All right, so this won't be entirely accurate because this is only going back 1 month. But this was down at like under 1%, right? And the idea was not only is the champion not strong, but it's also buggy. It's also just not doing the things that it's supposed to do well at any point in the game, to the point where the preferred build was like redemption support top laner. Yeah, new Titanic's fantastic. I'm glad people stopped building Heartsteel on him because Titanic is great. Yeah, so the changes to Titanic in part are due to that. Also, you get more health scaling. Heartsteel is just a weird spot where you just have no wave clear. So generally, Heartsteel's win rate was inflated because to correctly use Heartsteel, you needed to either get Bombi Cinder or Tiamat and then build your Heartsteel. And so the win rate was really high, but you didn't realize that people were actually spending 4,300 gold to get there, right? As opposed to 3,000. So they're spending that much more gold to get to that spike, or 4,000 gold instead of 3,000. So that's why the win rate was higher. It does naturally build into everything that he does. The problem is that if you buy it first, which is when you kind of want to do it, so you get that more HP scaling, more chances to proc it while you're in lane phase, then that's it. Like, you've used everything on that. You can no longer push. Plus, lane phase ends shortly after you get Heartsteel, and they'll just walk away from you. They have an AoE ability. They'll clear the wave, and they'll just walk away and not give you that window. Sundered Sky is definitely great. Sundered Sky it's the question is going on for Petu at least, is whether or not you rush it or whether or not you get something else first. I think Heartsteel, even with the Ingenious synergies, doesn't do enough. And And most likely, it's just going to be Titanic into Iceborne into Sundered Sky, but it might be Sundered Sky second. It might be Sundered Sky first into tanks, but the pushing power of Titanic is unparalleled, right? It's just not even close. So that's what you're always combating with. All right, we get to play a little Smolder game. How do we want to do it? Lane dominant here. Boom. We're going to be lowest health, although we are going to build tanky, so cut down is very, very valuable early. I think we're going to swap. Maybe we can keep this here. Iceborne Gauntlet gives health. Not much health, but some health. What is it, like 200? There's only one ruby crystal in the build now, so it shouldn't be too much. Let me see. It gives 300 health now. Okay. Smolder actually has fairly decent, yeah, he's got fairly decent numbers. So cutdown will not be effective if you ever buy an HP item, and since we're going to buy multiples and their team is squishy, we don't actually want that. Lane dominant. Smolder should be a lane dominant champion. You can press up, you can kill people with this early, and then just use your stacks for scaling. You don't actually need AD. You also get mitigating or diminished returns. Let's go here. You want to use your early presence to create a dominance and a wealth of stacks so that you can use the stacks to farm into the end game. It's not actually that important to build that much AD unless you're trying to get extra attacks off. The attacks do matter. It does add up. It's not like it's nothing. But Spear of Shojin lets you stack up very quickly, and then Iceborne Gauntlet is very good for kiting. We have Sivern Way, which has plenty of pokes, so we can just go like this. There are windows where you go Dorans and where you go Corrupting. Corrupting Potion's actually like secret tech for mid lane Smolder. I've had tons of success with that. You just go full lane dominant, everything. Cheap Shot, you go Cheap Shot, Comet, Mana Flow Band, Scorch. Those are the important ones. And you can go with Corrupting Potion, you just cast W in their face. You start off with Q, you just walk up in front of the wave, you go auto Q them right in the face. This is not something I recommend for anyone in Diamond 2 or higher where people are contesting this bush, but in low YOLOs, no one's ever contesting this. We have a Zyra who can leash, should be helping me to get prio. This is actually my preferred lane right here. At least theoretically, I think it's Zyra. It'll be good to get a run here. Not saying that she's going to be doing everything perfectly. I've actually played with this guy before. But I think that Zyra applies enough pressure plus Smolder, and I can use my W to line up her E, and we can get a lot of extra effect off to that. So I had to restart the restream. I may have missed a message there at the end. Let me open Twitch. I guess I can find it that way. Twitch and YouTube. A couple of people saying hi from different spots. Okay. Alright, so this is a little trick right here, grabbing the minion aggro. And then we drop it. Now it's on their side. Also their minions. See how they focus fire right here? Now I'm in a tough spot. If they were leashing for any amount of time, then we know we'd be able to get a little bit of an extra hit off. If we'd be able to deny them CS if they were leashing. And that's one of the reasons why leashing is bad. Because it just opens up the door for outplays. Now, the breadth of ranks where that's actually applicable is not very high. Now, this is a trick that I could have done if Zyra were not leashing. I can use my Q to single target grab aggro. I was trying to bait that guy into EE again because that's the only spell that he cast prior to this. We're going to look for 2-man Ws whenever we can. Should have moved before casting this. Oh, she's going to take a turret shot. She's going to die. He's going to die too. I think that's okay for us, don't you think? And we'll just use Fleet Footwork and Doran's Shield to heal back up here. Auto Q, cancel your windup whenever you can. I was a little bit early for that, but I wanted to get this spell off. I don't know why he's using QE to push this wave right now.
An enemy has been slain.
I can actually stop this back. Zyra should be walking up ahead of the wave. There's no reason for her to sit here. If you're a support in this situation, 100% stop recalls. That's a hit. This guy should not ever walk up in that spot. But we could have actually stopped the support from recalling, and if you stop the support from recalling, then you have a better window. You have an extra 10 seconds to punish. To punish that AD carry who's walking up solo and kind of shutting them out for that much longer. That was a little bit too much. I'm taking full damage from everything here, but that's okay. Now boots are important. We need to make sure lucid boots that you can get the extra scaling. And then you can go parts of Spear of Shojin. I'm also going to get this to make sure that I'm just topped off. We've got blue buff, so I'm going to go over. I didn't need to stay as long as I did. My mana was already there. I could have topped off. This is more than enough HP to come back. Doran's Shield is going to take care of the rest, plus Fleet Footwork is the rest.
An enemy has been slain.
AD carry not walk up when their support isn't present. Challenge, impossible, difficulty. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that basically until you get to high elo, like elite. I just got that guy to take aggro with his bouncing blades. I probably, if I were more aware, I could have actually drawn that aggro. Alright, this guy. Pull this minions, please. Pull, 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 pull. Drop. Too early. I'm too early. Alright, so we're going to turn this into a slow push since I failed my freeze here. Since the minions are going to be on my side, I'm just going to go up. I'm just going to go for slightly active last hits, right? I'm not going to wait for the last frame like I would if I were really trying to freeze. I'm going to let it sit around here, and now I can take a very aggressive spot against them. Oh, they're dead. Not dead. Zyra's not quite in position. That's a lot of damage. Can she hit anything? There was a lot of damage available to be had there. Oh, they're both going to get hit. AoE too. And come consolidate the fight to the right. Get vision in this ward as we go. It's not enough. Oh, the shield! Oh, and I walked into that. Oh my gosh. Let's get this. We're still strong. We can do it. Kinda inty. Zyra could leash this. Might be out of mana as well. And the big winner out of this whole thing is Sivir, although she is going to die right here to the Eve. Or Zyra. Do it. What? Evelyn's poking back. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I get maybe you don't want to take a Q to the face from the Sivir, but it's not actually that scary either. That should be enough for her to land it. No, she doesn't have mana. I'm crazy. Let's just get this reset for our baby girl. We're stacking. We're good. As supports, especially Zyra, you basically never want to do what she's doing right now. You always want to hit with the spells. You don't want to wait for the minions. The minions don't give as much gold, right? If you read this, you get 28 damage for hitting champions and turrets. You only get 20 when it's sharing. So it's just not on the same level. I shouldn't necessarily have recalled here. Recalling would give me options though. Pushing this, help to fight for this. Evelyn doesn't seem to want to do it. I also want to get Zyra. I want to exist in a lane where Zyra is also present and functional. It's a little bit tough for me to do that if she's going to be that low. So that's why I yeeted out. Did I only hit once? That feels like it should be impossible for it to hit once, thoughts?
Shut down.
I was looking at my farm, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, another thing that Zyra's doing that you can do a little bit better, you don't need to put your seed down before you cast. You can actually cast. You can cast and then put the seed down after. That guy should be dead to plants. No, he wiped it out. Alright, we hard shove this. Hey, it's another thing that's particularly awful about sharing with Smolder. It's just it actively turns off. Oh, that's Scorch proccing. Whoops. Guy's got no shield available. You're taking away from the ability to stack, right? Obviously, there's a lot of things I can be doing better, so I don't want to nitpick up, but just small things if you're watching, things that you can pick up on. This guy wants some. 10 seconds on my ult.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, it's going to be Riftmaker eventually, but I'm going to get Iceborne after. Spear of Shojin is to get 35 ability haste on the Q, plus the extra damage stacking, right? Like, this guy pushing, by the way, kind of griefing his laner, huh? I think he tried to do the trick there. Oh, we're in trouble here. I shouldn't have flashed with the way spell on me. I thought it was on Zyra. I think Zyra died before it ever hit. Teensy tiny optimization there. Probably not even worth waiting for it. Maybe it is. It's a little bit of extra health. 50 extra health and 5 ability haste to miss 1 minion maybe.
An ally has been slain.
I think he's too fast. Is that actual ghost? That's ghost. Oh, I just walked into it. I tried to get around it. We're stacking 100. First spike every 100. What is it? Every 100 is when you get the trigger bonuses, and then 125, 225 every 25 past the 100 is when you get an effect bonus.
An enemy has been slain.
Probably could and or should just have waited there.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
Actually, don't mind that use.
Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
The man is going to go for the Rift Herald here. But we can't really do anything without Prio. Oh no. Speaking of without Prio.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
Should be lethal. One more Q.
Has slain an enemy.
4 stacks, baby. Aye.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
%. We should be on Herald here. Zyra should be helping. Very important to get the Herald when you don't have the Void Mites. And when you do have the Void Mites, when it's 6 Void Mites, this is something that you'll never get in your casual games. But if you watch the pros when they get into, you know, Challengers queue type equivalent, you know, when you're playing with pro gamers, they all know that when you have Herald and Might, you just move together. And you 5-man. I used flash right as we use that. You just group up and you drop the Herald together. I'm not even gonna bring it in. Uh-oh. I think I'm just dead here. He's got Yumu's going. I got help. It's an Eve. You can't get me away. You'll never guess that I'm over here unless you have a ward in this bush.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
We're doing all right. 166. Hopefully before third item we'll have our 225. 125 is a big deal for getting that extra cap. All right, so I want to find out what's my 100. Why do I have this number 100 in my mind? Guess I'll have to go check it out in a second. It's just the pass-through damage, right? Yeah. Okay. Does this kill wards? Which we won't find out yet. It shouldn't.
Ally has been slain.
What? What? Prio, right? Got our dancing shoes on. That Sivir damage was cute. Maybe I shouldn't be afraid of her. Maybe I should just be walking up in her face and she's only got Kraken Slayer and I've got Iceborne.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Rampage.
Whew. My hands are getting cold. I should probably just be doing this now.
An enemy
They're normies though, so they're not going to want to go Baron. They're going to go Dragon 100%. Told ya. It's actually probably worth sticking around to try to get this.
An enemy has been slain.
Krugs and Raptors are your friend, by the way. These camps give so many stacks. Yone. No, that's the problem I get for going over there is I allow Yone into my lane to take the CS that is so much better on me. Anyways, it's enough. Would rather not have to sell these Dorans, especially since we're getting into these protracted sieges.
Shut down.
Just gonna ult this wave. Maybe got myself into a lot of risky trouble there. It's a relatively short cooldown, all things being told. Yone needs to be careful of this. So I don't mind it in general as just like a way to do it, especially early game. That first ultimate, the damage isn't very high, but it's more than enough to kill minion waves. I didn't use my E to get out of base because there's a blue cane. Even though we saw blue cane up here, the fact that we had people in our jungle, I'm not sure what the cooldown is yet, and this is one of the arguments for playing a champion more and more. Know exactly. If I knew that we're good, 11 seconds, yeah, we're fine. You can use it coming out of base. Not worth it all. Wanted to limit test a little bit though. How tanky, how much damage can we do if we're stacking in fights with Riftmaker? Since they're going to get that burning effect with this 225 stacks, but I think I didn't get the Q stack out first. So you really want this out first. That will stack your Riftmaker. This is also, by the way, why you don't want Riftmaker until third item, because you want the burning passive. You can go Leandries in a game where you have tons of frontline and you don't need this Iceborne Gauntlet. You already have plenty of tanks. Then you can eschew this for your bigger damage builds. But generally, if that's going to be the case, you probably just want to be the Essence Reaver, Navori Quick Blades type build. This guy's going for a Maiden build. Interesting. So I'm going to use my Q here on the wave, and then that's going to stack up my damage procs. Now we've got full damage procs. We go in here with the ult. Oh, I still got trapped. Bummer. I think he's fast enough here. I did get him. It's not going to be enough, though. It was fun. Not a good play by any means, but a fun one. What's up, Javon? That's unfortunate. I probably just could have waited until she put out the 3 Qs and then used my Q afterwards. Some people in your games, depending on where you're at, especially if you're in like mid gold or below, people will get really upset about stealing any kind of resource that they think is theirs. So ideally we'd have a ward up here somewhere. Now we have the wave up here, so it's okay, but Zyra's job should be to get a ward in this area because you want to cover these junctions. You want to make sure that you're in charge of what's going on the map ahead of you. And because we don't, like, I don't know what's over that edge. Oh, this is gonna be a big fight. Big stacks. They're really low, right? They're low. Hide myself for them for a moment. Doing our best here. Stacking up as we go. In a controlled setting where you're playing with teammates, they will let you get these stacks. They will let you get all these resources and you will scale up so much faster. But this is a good way to do it in solo queue, I think. Don't need to care about those. Ooh, are we one-shotting? Didn't need to hit that one yet. Could go Baron. Baron would be a wonderful use of our time. Ooh, I did not want to get bumped to this side. Throwing this backwards so that they don't see it. If there's anyone remotely near, like they might be, I don't want these splash throughs to be coming here. I think we just have to get out. I could have healed that guy. I could have gone for more. I feel so badly that he lived and our guy died. We're good. We're dead. I could have done so much more there. That would have been highlight reel too, right? Like, keep that guy alive, heal him over the wall, deal enough damage to Kayn. Kayn dies, the other guy doesn't die. Sivir's getting a push down. This should be Nico's job to go push, but that's okay. Or to go stop that. She's got the better wave clear. That's not true. I have the better pushing power is the more important factor. I wouldn't say just the better wave clear. Does he do the recall trick? 3,900. Smolder dies while his mom is flying down midair. She disappears. Is it always? It can be at the beginning of the cast and then they just get it back, but I'm not sure about the rest of the times. So what do you guys think should be last item here in a situation like this? It's probably like Guardian Angel, honestly. Lord Dominic's. The team's pretty squishy. Like, you've got Leandri sometimes, extra damage over time. You've got Navori's just fantastic. They're buffing his mom next patch, and she finishes the animation. Good. Makes sense. Alright, let's, I mean, this does so little damage. Rapid fire cannon's a nice, like, quality of life. Going tanky is also totally fine, like Kainic Rookern, to make sure I don't get one-shot by these guys. This is what a lot of people have been pairing with it. You can also go, like, Abyssal Mask for more people that are trying to get right on top of you. I don't know. We'll do something like this. Obviously don't want to spend this much time doing it. Obviously want to start moving around the base. Random presence in Dragon Pit. This is not something we need to do. Now, unfortunately, we have 2 people that are going to be dead for this thing. Alright, I always want to stack my ultimate before I cast it. Or I want to stack my spear before I cast my ultimate is what I should say. So let's start casting it.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
A decent effort. Maybe Novori Quickblades actually would have gotten that kill.
Ally has been slain.
Koenig Rookern is such like a slow build in general. Probably could have pressed for more. Maiden does negative damage to me right now. It is burning me though. This is interesting. Spear of Shojin is not working for this champion, but Landry's is. I don't know. Bizarre. I don't think I actually care about this Quicksilver, by the way. Dude, look at when people build this, they just go tank and they just say, yeah, I'll just be like a walking Elder Dragon buff my entire team's damage by 10%. But I could also see an argument for something like an Eclipse or a Manamune, something that has like a little bit of endgame scaling. You could start with tier and then finish the rest of the build out later. And like, don't finish Manamune early. That's suicidal because you'll be so squishy that there's nothing to be gotten. Where's my damage? There we go. It's in. Go, go, go. Oh, I got you. Got you. You're dead. 4 dead. Yeah, Yone flanking angle plus Mom coming over the top seems pretty powerful. Yeah, I think Leandri's will be last, just by the nature of like people have enough HP late in the game. But honestly, looking at these builds, frankly, Force of Nature might be good as well. Or like, I don't know. It's never Wit's End. Maybe it's Mauve Malwardius in this game. We have Sivir up 5 versus 2. Sivir's hella weak. That's too bad. Oh, they want it? They want it. We got Sivir, but Yorick's up now. Kind of suicidal to go for this red buff. I want it though. But Landry's would give me tons of damage for the proc. So would Blade of the Rune King, but it doesn't come with it as many of the tankiness stats. Is Sivir trying to wrap on me right here? I'm gonna keep running. I think I can afford anything, right? This sells for 770, 8 something, 910. This music, man. I like that they put this music in and that it amps up after 20 minutes into the game. It's telling people, hey, Baron is important. Let's deal with the Maiden here. That guy just flashed, right? I don't think we killed this. Eve wants eyes. Eve wants eyes. I give you eyes. We're hunting for fun, not because it's good. It's fun. All right, Cosmic Drive next. Cosmic Drive is a good amalgam. It could go. I mean, it can't go Lichbane because of the Sheen procs. Eve should continue hunting. This guy's right on the other side of this wall. Should be execute range. I want Hextech Gunblade back so badly. A hit. You can look for the effect proc. Alright, we've got red, we've got our buffs. We absolutely want to take this now. You know what? I'm just going to hit with my ultimate right now. That's a lot of damage. I don't want to go all in, though. That's not what we wanted. The concept was deal a bunch of chunk damage, get them start burning, get Riftmaker and Landry's like stacked up. I hit him, he should fall in. Or slightly more astute, he would have fallen in. That's dead. Alright, where's this cane? Oh, they see me here? Hey, those ghoulies are way too tanky if that doesn't kill them. I'm looking for you. Oh, Lux, baby girl. Mom! Die? Oh, the shield! She's almost burning. Maybe if I heal plus... There she is. She's popping that blast gun, right? She has to. This champion's hella fun, I'm not gonna lie. Endgame fantasy of like what all Shyvana mains want to be like forever. Alright, they got this, they're okay. Flash. Keep stacking. They're going Elder. So I create imminent pressure here and they can't touch me, right? This is a fine place for me to be. Alright, there we go. They erased a wave. Now I have to leave. Because I'm 30 seconds away from any continued presence here. Maybe the best case is actually get my red for everybody else. Now we have Elder on Elder. 31k. Everyone's shopping, so that means I will too. Cosmic Drive time. And move speed. It's all about move speed. How fast am I relative to other people, though? We need to be comparable. So slightly slower is okay. Yeah, like this is okay. Speed is insane, but we have enough range where we can just walk up. Going up mid, this is the only lane that it's incorrect to go into. What you can do is push up and then use the mid prio. You use the supers as a way to get yourself into the jungle. Then you collect. Elder. Wait, Sivir just got a kill there anyways? That sucks. We're stacking, we're stapping. Damage tech right here. Oh, I just accidentally threw that W out just to see what a force spear like W random hit would be. Turns out pretty big. And we're super tanky. think I can just tank here.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Burn, baby, burn. Mom!
Victory!
That was fun. Landlord came for inspection, rip. Just farming S's on this champion. No love, though. No love. But, you know, giving a guy stayed cool for inspection, it is what it is. Did you have time to hide the ball? Alright, I think that's going to be it. Well, you know what? Let me take a quick break. Let me go see what's going on upstairs. I got a sick kid. We're supposed to be planning to leave for vacation, but I just got over COVID. Now Liana's got some kind of cold. It's not COVID, though. She's got a fever. Can't go to school. I didn't have any symptoms. I had a stuffy face, and I was like, let me check for COVID just in case, and I had COVID. And didn't have any symptoms at all. I ate a pizza, and the next day I was phlegmatic, and that's it. But yeah, now she's there, and we're supposed to be going up to Vermont for a ski trip and then a water park, and just not going to be able to do it. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. All right, but let me go check on them, see what's up. How do you just have perma have COVID? I mean, that's my second time. The first time was after going to Madison Square Garden for the World Championship. And then this one went away, and we're fine. I'm fine. But she's got something worse. It's just a cold, but it's worse. I don't know. Drug. Let me be right back. Let me go check on her, make sure she's doing all right, and see what the plan's going to be.
Fire speed of light, just like particles that's falling from heaven all over the stars. Hear you calling for me, hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. My monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light, just like particles that's falling from heaven all over the stars. Hear you calling for me, hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. A monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven, all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 One touch and I ignite.
We're back. All right, answering some things on Reddit. Hi there. Thank you for the tips. If you have any exercises that might help, I'm all ears. Absolutely. All right. Let me know your goals, and I will show you the way. Some ways you can work towards them. Renekton Butcher of the Sands is his birthday today? Is that no, that must have been yesterday. 16 hours ago? Maybe it is today. Alright, what should we do? More of this? I kind of want to play some more Smolder, man. This champion's pretty fun. Oh my. Wow, this stream really popped off. I can't speak to the efficacy of creatine itself, but in general, healthy body becomes healthy mind. Everything you put in your body has an effect on your gaming. That post really popped off. Boom. All right, what should we do? What should we stream's lagging way behind. See if we can fix it. I think it might be compete time. Feeling pretty good. Smolder, Zyra, Shen. Shen, Zyra, Smolder, in that order. Zyra is competent in all lanes. Probably, I mean, definitely worse than top, where you're reliant on cooldowns and people can punish you by all-inning. Shen is very good in that spot, good base stats. So between the two of those, you can cover everything in a fill spot right now. Smolder is just a lot of fun and a lot of... I think it's pretty effective if you play it like that patient, grindy way. I've returned from touching grass. The birds are conspiring against me. I'm glad you took it. You know what? I forgot to mention that as I get up. Normally when I take my breaks, I remind everyone that, hey, let's get up, stretch our muscles, do a little workout, get outside, stretch your eyes, move your body, get some food, whatever it is, you know, something to be good for our body. Is, you know, we just spend too much time down here in the den. As much fun as it is in the den, COVID proof and everything.
I hear
Why does it, this is reminding me of a line from some famous passage. The birds are conspiring against me. Where is this coming from? I'm gonna be lost in thought for a second. I need to find this. It's kind of close to my favorite Magic flavor text of all time. Oh, this is such a good pick. This guy should not be trying to... No, don't do it. You pick Karma, and then they assume it's bot lane Karma. And then they're saying, okay, we're screwed. It's a losing bot lane. We can't do anything. And then they don't try to win. But instead, now you do it like this. Now we're blind picking a support. They can pick to counter this. Like, picking Karma there is so good. Yeah, what a fantastic answer in Janna. Now, if you can hook her and you can get the root off on her, then, you know, power to you, you can get that kill, but... I feel like it could be optimized another level. How's the grass? My grass is gone. We had snow for the first time in like 3 years. We should be getting more snow in general, but it generally just like, it always dodges us somehow. And yesterday we got hit for like 7 inches. Beautiful snow too. Ah, Fiora. Do I take it to the Fiora with this, or I'll just bring the Shen? Shen's just always good. 3 damage dealers here. We could also get away with a Bramble Vest type.
Of superior judgment.
We've got a Viego and a Nila. We're going to be really strong in team fights with Karma as well, so we don't need to do anything spectacular here. Always can go flat health though for the ability to punch out. I'm trying to think what lanes I would want health scaling for. Probably none. Because it's too easy for them to get like a level 4 versus level 3 negative wave state freeze, right? Like that's something that people are getting too good at. And basically anyone in skilled ELO, right? 20 or elite ELO, Diamond 2 and higher, they should all know that. Every top laner in high diamond should know how to create a crash, how to make it freeze back, and essentially checkmate your opponent. Gonna see what Viego's up to. It is Kindred, so we want to be wary of first camp plus gank. Oh, look at this. Look at this beautiful scout. Nocturne. Nautilus. Scrub, dude. Good start to our ranked game. I had perfect vision of them, and we could have had the perfect spot. And instead the guy went AFK. That's really unlucky. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, huh?
Minions have spawned.
Go after this guy. Alright, we turn on this. Viego got in way too big of a fight with that guy. Alright, I might actually I'm gonna leash him. God, it feels so bad to leash. Leashes are for dogs, but you know, this guy's kind of being a little bit doggy. Block 1 auto for you. No. That's too much, my man. You should smite. Okay. Not using smite because you got a leash and you can pull it over and use smite later. In general, you just want to use that smite, get to level 2 faster so you can spend more time as a level 2 champion. You missed. We got problems here. Fiora got a freebie lane because I had to leash. Nautilus inted first blood, so he's behind. Neela just died. She's behind. And Annie's the one who got the first blood, so she's ahead. Every single lane, man. It's tough. So anyways, we're just going to hold our own here.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
We're going to turn this into a rebound for ourselves here. None of them hit? That sucks. It means I end up missing 2. Alright, so I'm fairly low health. What I'd like to do here is trade. Get her low while the wave is threatening to hit her harder than she's hitting me. Hey, I thought that was her move.
An ally has been slain.
Okay. You're getting hit by the minions. Don't die here. I died. Alright, at least Flash is down. She took a lot of damage from those minions as well. And I did get some of those minions on the first return, so I might still have an advantage here. I was trying to bluff her out of that. This is the worst case scenario, where she's getting hits for free. Pretty sure I just die again here. Yep. The worst case scenario. Press the attack goes off. Now the wave's frozen. Best case for me is that she actually just messes up and stays too long here. And Viego's able to pull this out. I need to flip my script based on the fact that I leashed everything else in the beginning going poorly, etc. And just play better, right? Like 2 missed auto attacks, spacing, letting her get a Q stack off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bluff. I'm gonna pretend like I'm not trying to stop her back, and then I'm gonna go stop her back.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Hey, were there really auto attacks in the air there? Alright, Kindred was spotted down there. This is a roam timer for me. If we had more jungle proximity, we'd be able to go over for the Herald or for the grubs right now, but this is the best I'm gonna get. There she goes. She's stepping up. Here I go. Viego's coming as well. She can turn on her leash. Viego's gonna come in with a stun. Good stuff. Make sure we get that 50 gold as well. And Fiora's stuck trying to come back into the lane. Good stuff. Roam timers, baby. I think I need to catch up to this, although... Kindred's right here. I need to just go to the wave. Wait, we don't want this? Okay. Well, you definitely did want this. 100%. She's level 5. We absolutely could have taken this with our prio. Gonna tuck myself against this wall. Oh, fight that now. Oh, that's when you want to go in. Try to just burst that damage out. Maybe Karma had to go. Maybe we had no business at all being there. And now this wave's rebounding back out. Maybe I missed a window though. But this is obviously worst case scenario. They get multiple kills, they get flashes, things like this, and the wave bounces out and she gets everything while never really giving anything up, right? Kendra just gets to take this, and now I'm stuck just trying to escort this in. I'm a little bit strong enough to be here against a Kindred.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
This guy has ulti.
Your turret has been destroyed.
We've got problems. It worked. Rip. I gave her a little bit of an edge there. She took it. Even with the bramble vest, it's not going to be enough. Maybe that's not true, actually. Maybe E was enough to just kill right there. E coming back up. I can survive, but I need her to not get that, like, healing potion off. Now, she's got enough of a lead on me that this should be coming back to me if I can just go last frame possible and sit, but it's, I think I've already done too much damage to it.
An enemy is legendary.
I'm dead.
Enemy killing spree.
Oh, maybe I'm just asleep.
Your
Dead.
turret has been destroyed. Shut down. An enemy has been slain.
We got the Tristana kill. Beautiful.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Cannot 3v1. Such hubris. That's like so big for us to get back into this game. $110 on that thing. Alright, nothing's on bot side of the map, so we're going bot. And it's a more wide open lane, a little bit easier for a mage to go into. We can control some vision here. This we need to be careful of, and that's what I was talking about. Tristana, she's got Kraken Slayer, and she's level 8.
An enemy has been slain.
She's got Exhaust potentially as well. I can't risk it. There's the Fiora. This is the match I absolutely need to avoid. Alright, so a lot of people put a ward right here. I'm going to put one a little bit more aggressively. We see this and all in. See if Fiora's going to follow.
Shut down.
Just going to keep her out of the fight for a little bit of extra time. That's all I need to do. Beautiful. That small thing matters so much. You know what? I need to join my team though, because they're all really low. And I can't let someone show up. You know. Karma's who we want against Fiora. Like, very badly. We want Karma against Fiora. Why are you going this way, dude? Why would you run into the wide open map? I missed. That's very bad. No, don't ping that guy. It was like atrocious decisions that got us to this point. Really? That was enough for the takedown. Have to back away.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, we're diving. Okay. Hopefully Fiora just gets distracted going that way, and I can take something extra here. I was gonna say this might actually be really bad if they have vision in this area. Maybe it's better to not kill that and just accept what it was. Alright, 3 people are rotating over there anyways. This guy's gonna finish this turret. And by finishing this turret, we'll get the extra 50 gold we need for our item, or we can just chill and get the Titanic. Tristana's coming. Maybe we just teleport to him. I didn't want to have to do that. And maybe I should have just stayed and helped her push. With 3 people being spotted up top. There are 3 people up top. Like, we're still good here.
Ally has been slain.
You have to be really careful using an ability like Root or
Enemy has been slain.
Kled's Bear Trap on a rope. You have to be really careful about applying that to someone like Fiora. A little bit of a spike. No good. Did I get stunned? That's what we're calling for. This is for me. Crit, crit, crit. Randuin's. She has crit too, so this is just an obvious Randuin's game. We are so far behind the power index right now. Also, because I bought these armor pieces first, it means I don't have the scaling on that Titanic to one-shot the wave. And we got some extra experience out of that.
An ally has been slain.
Should I be moving over to this fight? Maybe I should have. Yeah, 100% should have. I missed my opportunity.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Ally has been slain.
Can appeal be damned.
Enemy double kill.
Playing better starts with me. I've got to play a lot better. Ult. Here you go. He doesn't have it. Actually, Karma is really good against Kindred now that I'm thinking about it. That mantra shield for everybody. Oh my god, we get a pick here. Beautiful. That's so good. Go Baron. They're not going to go Baron. They're going to go Dragon. So I do this. Now we get vision of them coming up that way. I think I'm just stronger than her here. Now we're definitely stronger since we got the wraparound. We go on Tristana's target 100%. It's gotta be Tristana, and he's gated by cooldowns.
An ally has been slain.
I should be leveling my W here. We have supers in the base. We can't stop this. Fiora down there, they're low on resources. There's only 3 champions here. This might be our best chance of winning. It's bad, but it might be our best chance. Maybe I could have gone in there earlier, actually. Maybe it disrupts on the calls if we can get a Fiora kill out of it. Hide against the wall. Good moves right there, actually. Don't die. She's so big. She's not even that big, man. Feels like she's bigger. Yeah, I don't think my kill accomplishes anything, but tough to say whether or not they're like spam pinging about it. If it distracts Fiora for even a moment, it's worth it. But not gonna hang my head on that. This guy needs to be super careful. This is super inting right now. If Annie's pushing up, you have to assume that it's because they have vision in this area.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Got one? Got one.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Ace. You have slain an enemy. A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, I'm just making too many mistakes. I don't know what it is. Probably just a little bit tired. But that means I should stay out of ranked, have some fun playing the game. Or we could go and do like a breakdown or something. But that's actually 3 o'clock, so it's going to be time to get the kiddos. I think I was on a pretty big win streak before that. That's too bad. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you hanging out. Sorry that the gameplay sucked so bad today. The Smolder game was okay, just like hanging back, but obviously could have been way more punished at a lot of different moments. Did some things all right, but the Shen games were awful. Awful. Anyways, catch you guys next time. We will be on vacation for a week as soon as the girlie gets better from being sick. So that's gonna be it for me. Catch you guys in about 8 days or so next Thursday. All right, see you next time.